Here's an old Union Pacific railroad passenger car from at least 1950s. Oh, there's some railroad track over there. I didn't even see that. But I am at the Golden Spike Tower. I can't remember if I said that. This looks like an old passenger. Yeah, well, those windows must have been taped up or something. Jesus Christ. It's locked up. But yeah, this was like a divider of passenger. This passenger coach is newer because it's got roller bearings instead of hot boxes. But yeah, it's locked up. There.
The locomotive, the trains covering 23 states running from coast to coast. The interesting thing about North Platte, especially from the railroad, is historically here in North Platte, it was a natural fit for a stop-off place. And that was way even before the future of a rail yard being here, because it was a midpoint for Union Pacific. When there was trains over to Omaha, North Platte was in the middle.
The old signals that used to go on signs of cabooses.
In 1866, and by 1867, mainline operations began.
We are on 8th floor of Golden Spike Tower, and they got some cool old railroad timetables and old glass insulators and hard hats. They've got Milwaukee Road too. The Chicago-Milwaukee St. Paul Pacific Railway, also known as the Milwaukee Road.
Hey, we just seen one of these buses.
I know. Isn't that cool?
Older women, aren't they?
4141. See, there's your PTC. There's the 4014 when it was in the park. There's the yard. That's your throttle, dynamic, reverser, Sanders, bell. I don't know what that one is, but that's your horn, radio, train, and dynamic somewhere down there.
And this is what?
Inside of a modern locomotive, like that locomotive right there.
There you go. Okay.
There's a view of the whole yard.
Yep.
East Lowell has 64 tracks, and West Lowell has 50 tracks.
Whoa, look at that vehicle smoking. That Suburban.
Basically, can switch cars out into.
What?
Up to 3,000 cars are humped or sorted daily in this yard.
Yeah, so it's a hump yard. What if they still got ground here? Hey, Golden Spike.
To race the promontory.
Yeah, I know.
We watched a video about that, didn't we?
So this is the locomotive remote. This is how they operate the locomotive without being in the cab.
So what is that called?
The locomotive remote. This is a remote control for the locomotive, so you can be standing 25 feet back outside of the locomotive, no one in the seat, operating it from this. That's possibly your horn, bell. One of these is your dynamic and your throttle. There's your buttons, switches. And then here's your fancy buttons. That's your headlights. And this is our safety vest.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
And then this is like a track. You arrangement.
Just to determine where they dropped the car.
Look through your phone.
I'm looking through my phone. That one's worn out. Whole bunch of fancy switches. There's a KCS locomotive on there. It won't go no
Far as
further.
it'll go because of his phone.
Oh.
Hey, you got Heritage Fleet. All of these.
Yeah. That one I haven't seen. That one I haven't seen. That one I haven't seen. Haven't seen that one. Haven't seen that one. Haven't seen that one.
So
I've
which
seen
ones
that one
have
on
you
video.
seen?
0.
In person.
0.
Okay.
But I've seen that one on video.
That blue one.
You're crossing gate.
Two of them sat on the opposite side of the cab. The other switchman sat on a 5-gallon bucket. Next to
Here's my favorite locomotive.
well, evidently the cab.
The DDA
When
40X,
he wasn't secured.
also known as the Centennial.
Well,
6900.
material that switchman was sitting in the 5-gallon bucket
But that one's 6940.
got a pretty good batch.
But it's a 6900 right there.
Well, because it's part of the 6900 series, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. This is the shop. The old shop. Look at all these.
Okay, you're not looking through your phone.
I came back on the radio and told us that
I'm very good with it. These are all old. These are all old locomotives.
Well, you go into a track with the bowl and a couple of cars and everything from one end
Have Old Chicago Northwestern, Santa Fe, Southern Pacific.
then you turn around a couple of another track. On average, you do 3 to 4 tracks that way.
Little switch locomotive.
First track, the second track, the third track, the fourth track, and pull it down.
Santa Fe High Hood, and Milwaukee Road Switcher. Here's old dining coaches. Soup cup. Still has soup in it. That's old.
You're holding it down here.
Well, it shows the thing. But soup plates, flags, fancy stuff.
I just find it fascinating how they just shove the car, they just take it up and over there and they just let it go.
They decouple and they stop. Rolls backwards. Look at this. It's a diesel locomotive, bus, and a
Sedan.
sedan. 4014 compared to a person. Now look at that.
Well, it's
Boeing
this compared to these three, and then compared to the Boeing 747.
747. Okay. 10
That's your
feet.
standard diesel locomotive.
Standard school bus, standard sedan.
Yeah.
And then
And then
big
there's
boy.
the damn Boeing.
that's huge.
Yeah. But the big boy's no slouch.
Yeah. Here's the start of the timeline.
Timeline of what?
The golden spike.
No. First train entered what was then known as Hell on Wheels Town. A fleet of 16 locomotives, 200 platform cars, 12 passenger cars, and the Lincoln car. Von Verted for business. I believe that's supposed to be converted
Yeah.
for business use. Arrived. Keysmith Brothers also has a private of 6 locomotives for construction use.
So is this one of those Jupiters?
I think that is. No, that's not Jupiter.
No, but what model was it?
No.
440.
Okay,
But I
so
think-
it was like a 440
So-
for the top thing?
Wow.
This is the timeline of North Platte.
Yeah, although you know what's funny? But look, I've got that picture. Why does that look? 951. Oh, that's why.
Was that out there at Edge?
Yes.
Oh, haha. That's
Yeah.
funny.
And then there's the old gas turbines with the long, long hood, number 9. And then the Challenger.
Yep, we'll be there in a little
Them
while.
9,000 class. The DD840X. And then you also have your SD70A, I didn't see that. 1999.
Union Pacific pays taxes in the amount of $230,657 to Lincoln County, with a payroll tax of almost $10.6 billion for only 1,300 local employees.
1,300 local. Here's your inside
It
of
was
your
opened for
locomotive.
business as a nonprofit June of 2008.
So it was a yard tower.
Huh?
It was a yard tower.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it worked pretty good for that, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If you have your binoculars, you can see exactly, you can really tell exactly what's happening. I mean, obviously not.
Okay, so here's old posters and pictures of locomotives. Old houses. With your newspaper and cup of coffee. Look, there's a model train over there. Busted a couple. And here's your old records and documents, newspaper. Old folders.
Ray Merrill spent 33 months on the Pacific Front.
We
His
can
inventions survived battle for the sea.
What's at this door? No smoking. Oh, hey, there's a balcony. Good wheel. On the open air deck place. And I've noticed we have a couple railroad spies on our Union Pacific line. That's a KCS locomotive, and there's a Norfolk Southern locomotive way, way down there. Spies. But yeah, they're flat shoving cars everywhere. There's a train moving way over there. You can sit right here all day long watching trains shove forwards and backwards and forwards all day long. Yeah. Something's moving. I hear the bell. Coupled up to the railroad cars. And they gotta pump air all through the train. It takes a while, depending on how long the train is. And you got your flags down there.